Greetings from Cuyahoga Falls. My name is Jehovah. Welcome to War of Rights. It is Saturday and we're hanging out with the UEC. So special thank you to everyone in the UEC for allowing me once again to hang out and watch these excellent battles. All right, so we are at the Pry Ford, and my friend Schimmelfinnig says that he thinks that this is a Union map. I always thought it was a Confederate map because of the location of spawn. But these artillery units are really going to get to shine on this map because, especially for the Union side, down on that back side, they get a lot of good fire in on that Confederate line. And then, of course, the Confederates up on the hill, they're going to have the same. Those are the Confederate guns up there. So it'll be a hell of a match. Pry Ford is not part of the technically of the battlefield experience. You can see how far away we are. There's Mama Farm way over there. That is your Dunker Church. You can see the Miller Farm and the Miller Field way out there. Of course, that's the West Woods. Those are the East Woods here. So we're far removed from the battle, right near Antietam Creek. Of course, that's what the ford is, crossing. And this is kind of upper or middle bridge historically, but in the game it's a little bit different because of where they are. There was some cavalry action over here, but the Confederates really never went totally this far out. They did. Okay, so there was some stuff that happened at the middle bridge area, and I think this is what this is trying to represent. So there was some combat here, but nothing major. And this looks like a big open field, but these hills make it really tough because you can really get down inside of these hills where they undulate like this, and you can really hide from the enemy. And you see that from this position, the Confederates are completely protected from the northern guns, but they'll move those up. And, of course, 2nd Mississippi Battalion, the 8th Florida, and the 3rd Alabama on the Confederate side, and your Union all the way across the ford. You see they're getting ready. And we've got 10th U.S. here, the 51st New York, 6th Wisconsin.
Then everyone F8.
Thank you.
Be right back.
Union flushed from an early victory in the West Woods, now on a map that Schimmelfinnig calls a Union map. So we'll see how that goes. Confederates, all they really have to do is hold this wide open area under extreme fire from the Yankees with these guns really, really close. Plus, some of the Union regiments have breech-loading weapons, I believe, so they fire faster, but then so do some of the Confederates. They're supposed to be dismounted cavalry to keep it historical, of course. And we'll see who's on the gun. That's Fritz running up the hill, and he is part of the Mormons battery. You can see we have Washington 1st Battery here. Those must be part of the 2nd Mississippi. And then here's McClellan, all up here by his lonesome, while Fritz and the other boys make their way up here. So we'll see if Fritz and Mormons can get the job done today for the Confederates. Best of luck, you crazy bastard. No, he's the lucky bastard. That's the crazy bastard. Speaking of,
You're kind of flat in my backyard.
and Nut moving his boys over to the left. The clock has started. And Hog knows they can't get into a situation where they lose this area here. And this valley over here, this is what Kami used to call the Valley of Death over here. It's a great position, actually, in a pub match. But I can't say that I've actually played a pub match since the artillery's come out on this map. You can see everybody's moving to the left, and that's smart. Get away from those guns if you can. Use the hills as cover, and force the Union to do what they're supposed to do, which is attack on this map. So we'll see how aggressive they are coming out into the open. And they're already on the move. And the 51st have their artillery unit out. This is your Kentucky battery. These are some of the best artillerists in the game. We'll see if they live up to their reputation today. There you see Silver Smurfin, the one and only.
We are so musical.
No copyrighted music there, Brave Scott. All right, and here's your Kentucky battery. Sergeant Jesse.
2 taps right.
So they're kind of spread out today. Turnling's got his boys on 2 guns. So I guess being awesome at 1 gun was not enough for the Kentucky battery. And you can hear the big guns already going off. Confederates pulling all the way to the left side of the field. See, I like this strategy where you kind of pinch yourself against the side and force the enemy to push you off that area. But they're still moving around. These rocks are... Everybody likes these rocks, but boy, oh boy, they get bloody. Because where the Union is getting their gun ready, they can hit those rocks. It ain't going to take them long to wake those guns up over there. So Hogg and the boys figuring right. Union coming to the Confederate left. Going to run right into them. But we'll see if they can hold. Looks like the Florida's gotten right up in the front of the business here. They're holding the rocks. And you can see the Union coming this way. Florida can see it too, and it's a lot of them. That might be your 51st over there.
Take it. Be careful.
Hey, cut that out.
Yep, 10th U.S. Boy, you're talking about right on the edge of the map here.
Alright, left
Loaded.
rock, take aim.
Left of the rocks, take it.
Right oblique, left of the
Take
rock.
aim.
Steady.
Looks like they're shooting a nut in his boys.
Hit load, Jim, and load immediately.
Confederates doing what they can. Here's the 2nd Mississippi Battalion. Sending runner over to Tischer and the boys. These rocks look... They don't look too bloody yet, although... Oh, here they go. One of the Union regiments have broken off to the left. This is probably 51st New York. Yeah, Venom likes this left side. I always see him over here. Oh, and you can see red mist coming up from an artillery piece. That means Kentucky batteries already started to light up the Washington boys over there. Oh, a massive attack. There's Mormon's battery starting to wake up. And Venom's got a big hole in his line, but there's still a lot of boys. Oh, there's another one. Large blast coming through, and Venom and the guys want to get in behind the Confederates. This is the best way to do it, but you got to run right in front of the gauntlet of Confederate artillery to get there. And the question is, do the Confederates even see it at this point? And they do. They're coming back to the rocks. Another large artillery blast. We've seen some gruesome stuff out of artillery on this map. So 3rd Alabama, Tischer saw it. He tried to get around in time, but they're overwhelmed by the numbers of the 51st New York, and they're coming. They're pouring straight through. And they're going to get on the back side of these Floridians pretty quick, but the Florida coming this way. Way down on numbers. 51st still have the Florida outmatched in manpower right here. And they've gotten into the rocks. With their backs turned to the Confederate artillery, this is a brave move by Venom. Although, should be, he's completely dead. Oh, so is the flagman. So the 51st put themselves right in the face of the Confederates, and it's paying off. Look at this Union coming straight up the middle of the field here, hidden behind the hills. This is the 6th Wisconsin. So our dairy farming friends get a couple hits and they're backing off behind the hill. See the Confederates trying to desperately hang on to this early advantage of defense. 51st is not giving up easy. Massive casualties in the rocks. Hard to get a respawn from this area. People have to run all the way across the field. But here they stand. Flagman going down continuously. Corporal Utley drawing the boys away, getting them out of fire, drawing them over toward the guns. Pretty smart. But Venom and the guys did their job. They turned the Confederate line, and they're no longer just securing the left. Drawing the Confederates out into the middle of the field. Not quite all the way in, but that's what they tried to do. They've had some success with it. You see the Confederates now just taking whatever pot shots they can as they run away.
It's a bad habit.
I think that was Lester. Yeah, 2nd Mississippi taking some fire, but they want to get back and hit him on an angle. Look at Mormon's battery. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you better fall back, 6th. You ain't got much left. Imperator's like, okay, they got us numbered. We got to get out of here. Look at the casualties. This is one of those maps now with artillery. You just kind of follow people around and wait for them to just explode into pink mist. You can see all the Confederate dead here. Union are having an effect. Although as of right now, the point of contention is ticking back slowly toward the Confederates. I don't think it's more pressure, it's just a lack of Confederate bodies on the point of contention. And the 10th deciding that long-range musket fire probably wasn't the best way on this map right now. Going over to put a little friendship love on the 6th, coming this way. You can see the 51st looks like they're regrouping as well. So the first attack somewhat successful. Union guns definitely having an early effect, as well as Confederate guns. Tell you what, you don't want to just be standing around in the field with the 51st New York on artillery. You got to keep moving, because they will pinpoint you and turn you into a pool of nasty old blood. All right, 2nd Mississippi, 8th Florida, back over on this far left here. Trying to stay away from those Union guns and draw the Union this way. Having an effect, although they are taking some heavy casualties for it. And the Union streaming across the field. This is Venom and the 51st New York, most likely. There it is. Don't even need numbers on these cars to know who's driving. All right, there is Venom. Putting themselves right out in the open. This is so dangerous with Mormons up there. Not to mention all the Confederate fire coming in. 51st standing their ground. They're going to get their volley off. Jesus, if it costs every damn man to do it. It's about a half a volley. Oh, and then, oh my God, I think that just took that dude's head clean off. But he sacrificed for the rest of the team because everybody else survived. Ooh, and they just got out of there. But you can see 51st. I can see red mist all the way across the field hitting that battery. So they are having an effect.
Good job, gentlemen.
Venom did not go far. Still wide open. Not a lot of cover on this field for the Yankees. But you can see Venom not giving a shit. Don't know if he doesn't know that half his brigade is gone. Or he feels like the 3rd Alabama's an easy target here, or he just wants to waste the men since he's already come this far. Hard to say, but a suicide attack by the 51st here. And they're going to draw some Confederates with them. yeah, give it to Venom, man. He got in and out, pushed the 3rd Alabama off, and didn't lose many more men. He did lose his flag bearer, though. That guy's running for Washington. Look at him. Oh, my God. I don't know if you guys like this, but I'm entertained like a motherfucker. All right, so here's the 6. Got 2 flags. All that's going to do is draw the eye of the Mormons battery. 51st coming back this way. And you hear the fallback command. That means, once again, another attack foiled by the Confederates. And I think they anticipated Venom's earlier push. And Florida getting back in the rocks here. Dangerous position. Good cover, but man, these rocks attract cannonballs. And with an artillery regiment as good as the 51st New York has here, the Kentucky boys. They have no doubt practiced on this field and pinpointed those rocks. And Hogg knows that he wants to get out of there before they can get a shot off. And he's got some nice meat shields moving up. Might as well get in behind those boys. The left has collapsed and the Union have gotten into the rocks. This is the 10th. 10th U.S. already in the rocks. This is what they were trying to avoid earlier.
Behind the bushes?
No.
No,
Just cover facing west, northwest.
Just cover.
Actually, just cover facing west. And just west.
Ooh, a massive blast into the 10th U.S.
Just cover facing west.
And they're just guts for the most part. We still got a lot of Confederates out here in the middle. 2nd Mississippi. And the Florida moves straight up to the front. I don't know who they're shooting at. There they are. That's who they're shooting at right there. 51st New York, maybe? Lot of blue bellies coming this way. And it is Venom and the 51st New York.
Company, run. March. Run. So run, gentlemen.
Not giving a shit about that artillery. They're coming straight for the point of contention. And you see it's working. Running just straight into the Mississippi. Oh my God, and the 8th Florida took a turn. I told you about those rocks. But the Confederates doing a pretty good job. The 10th U.S. moving up, trying to take advantage. I love how these groups try to take advantage of momentum. And here they come, 10th U.S. now on the charge, pushing the 2nd Mississippi off. And they're coming in for the 8th Florida next. There's a lot of Floridians behind these rocks, and they all got loaded muskets. Oh, and another major blast from the Kentucky battery. Totally wiping out the 8th Florida. And the 10th Mississippi, or the 10th U.S. coming in to clean up the scraps here. 8th Florida was not actually destroyed. There's still some left. And you can see the 2nd Mississippi came in to help them out. And it may have been enough to turn the tide. Yes, the Confederates have held the rocks. Pretty amazing there. Union doing their best to leapfrog each other, giving each other a chance to make a strong push, and they did. I mean, look at all the Confederate dead. But they were not able to take that spot. And they didn't wait around to take and hold the point of contention long enough to get a counterattack. Ooh, I'm getting a little bit of lag here. Lag spike. And the Wisconsin still teasing the middle of the field, trying to get in a position to get that ticker coming their way. And it is, but it might just be from decay. It's hard to say to my dismay. Okay. So the Union slowly moving up the field here. See all the Union dead. They're doing a good job of trying to get to that spot, but this is a really tough spot for the Union. They're kind of got to get up on that hill.
Pull back and
Six doing a little bit of that peekaboo shit. Probably not a terrible idea with artillery the way it is, I'll tell you. All right, looks like Florida maybe has moved out, or is this Alabama? Nope, Florida. Whatever's left of them, there's not a lot of them left. But they got a flag, and they are alive, and Jackson's moving them. And Hogg is back. Here comes 2nd Mississippi Battalion as well. So the Confederates doing okay here. I'm telling you, that close spawn point really helps if they mind their P's and Q's and don't put themselves in a bad position. But you can see we've got small numbers here, and the 51st coming back in. So they're trying to spread the field. See some of the guys going to the right. 51st New York on the left. No, my apologies. 51st going to the center. So on the left, this is your 10th U.S.
We got a couple guys in the rocks on our left.
Way out in the open. Dangerous position here.
Do not load after this. We're moving right. Fire.
Large blast just going over the heads of the 10th U.S. Don't forget your rabbit's foot there, you lucky bastards. All right, so here's 51st in the middle. This is a strong position, but a deadly one. You can see they're getting up in behind the trees now. So the Confederates have all retreated back behind their rocks. Or the hills. 8th Florida back over on the left-hand side. They know the Union's moving this way. 2nd Mississippi's with them. Confederates in a bit of a pinch here. A lot of pressure from the Union. And Hogg and the boys moving over to the right. He wants to flank anytime he can. Hogg aggressive, but he doesn't have the men for this kind of maneuver against the 51st. But maybe, just maybe, they're out of range of the 51st guns. And Florida are good shooters. Maybe they can take a couple of these 51st with them. But that tree provides a hell of a target for Confederate artillery.
They've got sharpshooter rifles?
Yeah. Florida's so good, the 51st think they got sharpshooting rifles. Oh, some artillery coming in. Man, what a dangerous spot for the 51st. Standing brave like men, though. It's like Captain Carroll said. 20 minutes to go. We're both engaged. That's the rebel yell. And not a great sign for the Union, seeing that they have more tickets to start this battle. They're dead even at 20 minutes to go. So we're halfway. And the Union really got a hold of this Union right. This Confederate left has completely collapsed. And they've kind of fallen back to the center, just trying to lick their wounds. The Union, really aggressive, doing a great job. With being their spawn is all the way across the creek over there. Pretty damn good. So 2nd Mississippi Battalion holding the rocks there. Got your 8th Florida here, kind of in the middle. Just trying to get an angle so they can actually hit the 51st from here. But you can see we just got Union running all over this field. That's really their best bet with Mormons up there, is just keep moving. Because if you don't, if you get tagged by those boys, they'll waste an entire company, and that goes same for the 51st, the Kentucky battery. Deadly artillery on both sides. See Smurfing aiming the gun. What's he shooting at? Well, shooting at Mississippi. They better get the hell out of those rocks or it's going to get ugly real quick. See if they can hit it from here. Oh, and they did. Look at that. Jesus. Confederate artillery coming in. Union artillery coming in. Just a massive death pool there. And Hogg and the boys back up to the point of contention, showing themselves to the Union. And there's a whole lot of Union to see here. Here comes the 2nd Mississippi up to join the Florida. Fine teamwork this weekend by the Confederates, doing a great job. And Hogg is back, a little confused, like where the hell am I?
Double quick forward march. Take aim.
They've done it. They've pushed the middle, and the Union splitting off in both directions. So a solid hold of the center here by the Confederates. They're really kind of throwing their weight around, letting the Union know that they have to come through them to get to Richmond. You see that red line just flying toward the Confederates here. 17 minutes left. We're all tied up. But I'd give the advantage right now to the Confederates. These rocks are prized possessions. That's why the Confederates wanted to take it away from them. The 6th over here. Yeah, CSA. The UEC stands for United European Community. So all the regiments you're seeing here, for the most part, are European units, with the exception of the 2nd Mississippi American side of it. 2nd Mississippi also has a Russian component as well. 2 separate regiments with kind of the same name, but they kind of fight together. Being that they're the same name, but they're not directly affiliated, I don't believe. And look at these Floridians. Hogg pushing all the way into the damn cradle of the Yankees and then thinking better of it, getting back toward the point of contention. I think for a second there he thought he might be on the attacking side. That man's aggressive. He likes to fight. I will, yeah, and look for me on CSA Sniper. I think we've talked before. You can hook me up on Discord or Steam as well. No, here come those Union, man. As Hogg and the boys backed off, they got a massive attack right in their face. Both sides engaged. 51st trying to make a push. Cannot get through the muskets of the Confederacy, but here they are. They've finally done it. But a lot of Florida here. And the Union attack sputters to a halt. That was not 51st. Well, I think it was a combined effort of the 51st and the 10th there. So a hell of a stand by the Confederates. And they're moving. See the 3rd Alabama hanging out with Fisher there. Confederates really doing a great job staying together. Very impressed this weekend. But they've still got to hold out for 14 and a half minutes, almost 15 minutes. Under a heavy, brutal fire from the Union. Flag bearer down. And they're moving. So what do you guys think in the chat? Who's going to win this one? I know who Silver Smurfin's vote's going to be for. I don't blame him. There's reason to be confident when you guys shoot like this.
I'm supposed to be volunteering battery, but
Yeah, usually we don't have volunteers go RT, but I think they could do it another person. So I'm going for that.
Cradle.
Hell yeah, active recruitment.
And you can see Smurfin looking directly at the Confederates here.
Oh, right. But, yep.
Man, look how long they take, how good they are.
Look at that.
See if they can hit those stones from here. Oh, they're moving the gun. It's like they want Florida meat here. And Hog moving his guys up on the hill enough to get an angle on the enemy.
Shoot like mortars.
But making themselves a wide open target for the 51st, the Kentucky Battery. Alright, CSA, I'll try. Oh, and there it is. That's the cannon shot I was waiting for. Large blast, but most of the Florida surviving the shot kind of went through them at head level. But Florida not going to hang around for a second shot. And the Confederates have taken back the left side here. Sorry I missed that second Mississippi. So our Russian buddies over here just taking the left-hand side of the battlefield for themselves. And maybe the 10th they've been holding over here. Yep, 10th. 10th U.S. Along with what's left of the 51st. Venom and his boys coming back out for another round. These boys are good, man. You're looking at one of the best regiments in the UEC right here. Got them calm, just walking into battle. Just like they were going to the lunch table.
This is first. 51st.
And the infantry can't see him yet, but the Mormons sure can from up on that hill.
Gentlemen, you're supposed to.
And the rounds are coming in now. They can see the tops of those bayonets. And now they're in full range of the Confederacy. But there's not a lot of Confederates here. Oh my God, Mormon's battery lighting up the 51st. But a lot of guns still survived. And the Confederates pushing off. This is a great spot. Except for that whole, you know, Confederate artillery thing.
you just fought free ranks.
But look at that red line, man. It is gone. And the Union's about to take this point of contention. The first massive... Oh, my God! What? Whoa! Shit! And then there was one. Private Penguin, get that flag and get the hell out of here. The 51st has been completely annihilated by Mormon's battery. Incredible. But it did give the Union time to swing around to the left. Here are your 6th Wisconsin. Hogging the guys, trying to get an angle on the 6th. Man, Mormon's battery right there, almost single-handedly saving the Confederacy with one shot. Yeah, maybe 2 shots. Either way, turning the 51st New York into red goo. And now the Union getting the hell out of there. 6 Wisconsin trying to survive. It was a good chance, and if the 51st wouldn't have been annihilated by the artillery, they may have actually pulled that off. But that's a discussion for another time. Right now, the Confederacy trying desperately to get that red line going back their way, and they're having success. But the Union trying to capitalize on their victory just can't get enough men out to the point of contention, and this comes right back down to spawn. The spawn point is just so far away. Yep. Oh, excuse me, pig. So let's go take a look at the Mormons, guys. You can see Washington, they just been brutalized over there. So there's Longstreet. Looks like they just keep bouncing from gun to gun. It's pretty smart. There's Washington. And the red line's coming back around. 8:47 left in the match. Confederates about to get the point of contention back completely on their side. So 3rd Alabama, some of the 2nd Mississippi, and there's your 8th Florida. And so the Confederates trying to just defend their honor here in the Valley of Death. They know the Union have to attack, so this is what you got to do on defense. Although some would call this kind of play boring, some of my best friends included, but you know, you already lost your first battle, you got to win. It's a competition. And the Union not getting in a big hurry now to push the point. I imagine after the 51st gets their reinforcements, Venom's going to make another push to the left, possibly. But they've had a lot of success in the center today, to be completely honest. And you can see the Confederates being so close to spawn, they get all their men back real quick. So you almost have to leapfrog each other to get in as the Union. And there you heard it, the huzzah, the Confederates are taking losses, so you could argue that the Union have either tied it up or taken a slight advantage here. But they've still got to take that point of contention. And if the Confederates can remain hidden, they're not going to lose a lot of tickets. But here you go. On the sprint, 10th U.S. Trying to get into, well, I thought they were going for the rocks in behind the Confederates. 51st. Excuse me, give them a little cover. Oh man, but there's a charging unit into the side of the Union. Look at this, gotta be nuts, boys. Formless Nut, the 2nd Mississippi, hitting the 51st in the side as they tried to approach the battlefield. May not have been able to destroy the 51st, but Nut was certainly a pain in their ass, and they're taking losses as well. So a great impromptu move by the 2nd Mississippi to really look at these Unions. They had somewhere to go. They were going somewhere, and now they're just kind of floundering in the field. All right, Venom finally getting his guys back under control. They're moving this way to support the 10th, and they're pushing on the point of contention now. They've got 2nd Mississippi on their right. And I've lost the Florida, but they're not going to be far away. Here we go. Venom and the boys topping the hill, driving straight into the guns of the Confederates. But it's 3rd Alabama, the smallest Confederate unit on the field. So the largest unit on the Union hitting the smallest unit on the Confederates. And now Hogg and the boys from Florida having no choice. They've got to move in to wipe off these Yankees, or try their very best to do so. And they're having success. Hogg with the pistol. And the Floridians have done it. But they got a lot of Yankees coming this way. Look at that, a flood of blue bellies. Looking like the ants from Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skulls. Here they go. Pushing straight into the Florida 10th U.S. Not coming as a solid mass, but onesie-twosie at a time. They got 2 flags. The whole Union Army is coming this way, but the Confederates are coming with them. You see 2nd Mississippi in behind. And this is just straight-up tactics right here. You see somebody charge, you charge in behind them, and you wipe them. And that's exactly what 2nd Mississippi is trying to do to the 6th Wisconsin, and the 10th U.S. But they got to be careful because the 51st got wiped early, and they might be on their way back here pretty quick. As you see, PC player 772 running with the flag. Going the wrong way, bud. You got to get away from those Confederates. Don't look back. Don't stop running. John Frum just killed you. Oh, God. And this is big. Union flag laying on the field. Now, we got a Confederate flag over here, too, that nobody's bothered to pick up, but they certainly could if they wanted it. That's probably 8th Florida's flag. But what a melee, and now we're at 3 minutes. And the red line's ticking back toward the Confederates. Union, they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to do something pretty quick, although we do have a lot of time. 3 minutes is a long time in this game. And we'll see who can get back to spawn from spawn first. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be the Confederates. They've just got so many. And they're all coming back this way. I'll tell you, Washington Battery really taking it from the 51st, getting hit a bunch. You can see they moved the cannon behind the rocks, try to avoid it, but just can't. Those 51st guys are just too strong. And so we got a small little Union contingent out here by the rocks, and Confederates don't seem to be doing anything about it. It's Venom and what's left of the 51st. Oh my God, not again. Holy shit. And Dick Frick is like, what the hell happened? Oh, now here come Nut and his buddy. Jesus. Oh my God. Oh man, I'm having so much fun. And thank you all for being here, by the way. I sincerely appreciate your support. This has been great. If you're still watching this battle, then thank you. And consider hitting that like button and possibly subscribing. Maybe follow me on Twitch. None of those things cost money, and they really help me out. So if you could do that, I'd really appreciate it. Trying to get to 1,000 subs on the YouTubes. And right now, because I've been so busy at work, that's why I keep missing weekend battles, just getting busy. But, you know, work and family first. But with all that being said, this has kind of become a one-game channel. And that was not my intent. But I cannot play games myself, but I gotta hang out with my boys. Oh my God, look at that. Mormons already taken another chunk out of the Union, this time on the far right side of the Confederate line. And that's the 10th. They don't have a flag. It's laying on the field out there. 1 minute to go, and the Confederacy looks like they got this one in the bag. Can the Union make a strong push? Here they come. The whole damn Union Army. And the Confederates are not together. They're quite spread out. This could help them. You can see both Union flags laying on the field. Bluebelly's coming out to try to get it back. 6th Wisconsin, 51st New York. It's just the whole Union Army at this point. Oh my God, another blast. Body parts flying everywhere, and the Confederates have not only allowed the Union in, they've completely enveloped them. 2nd Mississippi with a great flank there around the left, and the Union, they've got Confederates on every side of them, and now both sides are breaking simultaneously, but there's only 15 seconds left in this match. Can the Confederates hold? The Union throwing everything at them, including R2-D2. Can they hold the... Oh, my God, look at this. A Union flank, 10th U.S. coming around. But it's too late. The Confederacy is victorious. Look at those casualties on the Union side. I wish they would tell me how many died from artillery, man, because I'm going to say that number is mostly artillery. Oh, man. Again, another great weekend. I love playing this game. I love hanging out with you guys, so... If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Consider subscribing. Till next time, my name's Jehovah, and I'll catch you later. Goodbye.